going on, y'all? It's Coach Williz, and once again, we are back. Yes, sir. The other day, I was at the store, man, and I was up there buying some detergent. And when I was buying the detergent, I had to go down another aisle and grab something else. Well, when I was going down this other aisle, what I needed that was on that aisle was also on the same aisle with the wine and the beer, right? So I'm walking towards the end of the aisle and I'm leaving that aisle, and there's this lady standing at the end of the aisle, and she was telling me, she was looking at me kind of strange, and then she told me, she was like, so you just walked down that aisle and you didn't grab nothing, right? You didn't grab no wine, you didn't grab no beer. And she was like, obviously you got some detergent in your hands, you got to go home and do some responsibilities. So obviously you need something to drink. And I was like, no, ma'am, I don't need nothing to drink. I don't need that, man. She just constantly kept telling me that I need to get something to drink. I need to get something to drink. She even offered to give me some money to go get something to drink. And I had to tell her, like, lady, no, I'm good. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't drink. That's not what I do. And she was telling me, well, you need to go get that. And you see, the conflict that was running between the both of us was her value. She valued drinking, and I value not drinking, right? I didn't value those things. It's nothing wrong with those things, but with me personally, I didn't value those things. When it comes to our values, we have to understand that could have easily been forced upon me, and I could have been like, hey man, she just keep telling me to go get something to drink, so maybe I should go back down that aisle and get something to drink. You see how easy that could have been, that I could end up getting that. When I got to the point to where I started knowing what I value and why I value, because that's more important than just know, because I can know that I value rap music, right? But why do you value it, right? I can know why I value public speaking, but why do you value it? I can know that I value teaching, but why do you value it? I can know that I value a lot of stuff in my life, but the importance comes from why do you value it? Instead of you just valuing it because you want to, or because culture has told you to, or it's just been ingrained into you to value these things, instead of you having a real substance of why you value it. And the importance of having a reason of why you value it is really for two things, man. For two things. For one, the first one is because you need to know who you are. And the reason why you need to know who you are and understanding your values helps you understand who you are is because when you do certain things in your life and you're going to move a certain way and you're going to find yourself in certain environments, you're going to find yourself in those places because you value those places. Whether you have ever thought about it or not, whether the people in your neighborhood value it and you don't, it doesn't matter. If you find yourself in those situations, it's normally because you value something that's involved with that activity that you're doing, right? I didn't just find myself at the baseball field because I value soccer. No, I found myself at the baseball field because I value baseball. When I got out of high school and I started valuing education more, I found myself at the library more. Right? When I started valuing personal development and I started valuing learning more about myself, I found myself journaling. I found myself meditating. I found myself working out more. I found myself being more conscious about what I eat. I found myself being more conscious even about what I think about. You see what I'm saying? These things started to change in my life because my value system started to change. I started understanding more about myself. I started understanding more, why do I value these things that bring me no pleasure versus valuing these things that bring me pleasure. You see what I'm saying? Because we got to understand both of them. Because some things that I may do, I may not like, but they still bring beneficial values to me, right? Growing up, you may not have liked to eat fruits and vegetables, but as we get older, we understand the importance of eating fruits and vegetables and drinking water. But when we were younger, we didn't really value that stuff because we didn't understand the importance of valuing those things. But as we get older, we understand the importance of why we should value these things, why we should eat our fruits and vegetables and drink and read books and have intellectual conversations and being able to fast and pray and exercise and meditate and journal and do these things that help us find out more about ourselves. Now that was my own personal journey, and that's what I found value in that helped me learn who I was. Journaling, meditating, reading, right? Exercising, being more conscious, you know what I'm saying, talking to more people, listening to more speeches. Those things brought value into my life, right? And then two, the reason why you need to understand what you value is because of the substance. the substance of what you're going to value. Because I can value certain things like income. I valued income, right? So at that time, I thought the only way to make income was to get a job. So I would go get a job, and then I would get some income and I would quit the job, right? Because I didn't understand the value of doing the work. I didn't understand the value of doing the work. I just understood the value of income, not the work that involved in it. Whether it be a job, whether it be self-employed, whether it be entrepreneurship, whether it be investments, whether it be any of these things that brought income, it still took work for me to get it, right? No matter how much we try to say passive, you still have to do some work in order for it to become passive. Understand that. So I still didn't understand the value of work, right? The substance of my value was off. I thought the only thing that I needed to value was income, and that was it. But the whole substance of my value was off, and it wasn't really clicking the way. So when it came down to things getting hard at the job, things that I didn't approve of, I quit. And the reason why I quit was because what I thought that I valued wasn't really what I was supposed to be valuing. I didn't have no substance in it. It didn't have no meaning. It had no real reason why I wanted to get up and go after it, why I wanted to keep being better at it, and I wanted to keep improving, and I wanted to keep telling people about it. It had no reason for me to do that because I didn't value the thing that I was really supposed to value. It's like me valuing the cosmetics of a car and not the mechanical part of a car. If you don't value the mechanical part of a car, you have no car. No matter how much your rims look good, no matter how good your stereo system sound, or the way your leather seats is, and your car handle, it don't matter about your paint job, none of that stuff. If your mechanical part is off, it has nothing to do with your cosmetic, because no matter how clean your car look, it's not going nowhere. It's just looking clean in the driveway or clean in the garage, but it's not going nowhere because you didn't value the mechanical part of the car, and that's what really mattered. You see? We need to have substance within our value system. And the reason why you need to have substance within your value system, because that's going to create the longevity of what you really value. Because when people start trying to test your values, and like that lady down at the end of that aisle that was trying to get me to buy those drinks, I understood why I don't drink, why I don't approve of drinking. I know that. So when she was trying to tell me, go get something to drink, here's some money, go get something to drink. You need to have either some wine, some beer. You need to be drinking some form of alcohol, some way, some facet. Either way, you need to be drinking some alcohol. And I know my value system is strong enough, and I understand the substance within my values, that I'm not going to approve of what she's trying to get me to approve of, because I don't value that. And if your value system is not strong enough and you don't really understand why you value certain things, people are going to be able to just say certain things to you. They're going to be able to give you things, and you're just going to be able to run and do all types of things whether you value it or not. I think it was 21 Savage said that they look like the type of people that will stand in line for some free stuff. And you be like, of course I'll stand in line for some free stuff because it's free, right? But you're going to just stand in line for anything. And you don't even know if this is something that I value or not. Just because it's free, you're going to go stand in line for it. Just because it's free, you're going to go do it. Just because it's cheap, you're going to go buy it. When you don't even really need that. You don't even really value that thing. And you don't really have no understanding of why you need that in your life. You can't just value everything because it seems cool. You need to value stuff because it's going to benefit you, and it's going to eventually benefit your community. That's why you need to value stuff. You need to understand that your values correlate with who you are and what you do in your life. Take your value system seriously. Retrack it. Take the time to break it down. Why do I value these things? What's the point of me having these things? What's the point of me loving these things? And what's the point of me having these things in my life? And what is the real point of me passing these things down? We always want to talk about investments and passing those things down. But Inky Johnson hit it on the head when he talked about passing down character skills, man. And your values is what's going to pass down. So if your family saw you valuing smart work and hard work, if your family seen you valuing relationships with family members and loved ones, if your loved ones saw you valuing, you know what I'm saying, praying, fasting, eating right, exercising, education, entertainment, right? If they seen you value traveling and loving and enjoying the process, if they seen you enjoying those things and valuing how important that those things are in your life, eventually they can take on those value systems themselves that's going to benefit them to do well. it's going to benefit them to do good as well. So understand that your value system correlates with who you are, man. The two things. You need to understand your value system because that's going to help you learn more about yourself. And you need to understand your value systems because you need to understand the substance that's going within your value systems. So, man, I love y'all, man. Like I say, man, learn something today, man. And when you do learn something, master that. And after you master that, teach it to somebody else, man. Because each one teach one, and we got y'all. So it's Coach Williz on here. Be easy.